Send his lawyers this clip, penis wrinkle.
So we haven't spoken since you left TSN, and I'm not here to get some inside information, but you have been doing pretty well financially on your own.
Yes, Levy coin has been taken off. Yes. Shut up out there! Okay, what were you saying?
Yeah, tell Gina to stop yapping. Have you been making more or less now that you're on your own?
Well, I do comedy now, so I make a lot more. But I'm saying here, I make more than I made on any other show.
So were you making over under 3,000 at the Shuli Network?
Now that's an insult.
More than 3,000?
Yeah. People even know what I made. I don't even know how to.
Oh, you said it before. I don't really watch the show that much. So how much were you making over there then?
5,000.
That's pretty good. I mean, you're giving indicators of deception, but 5,000 would be good.
5,000. I can show you receipts.
So the last month he said we're gonna cut it down to 2,500.
3,000. That's 60%. Do your fucking math there, attorney.
I thought it was 50%, so it was 60% cut.
It was 60%.
So the rumor is, Bob, that you have some big information on TSN. Last night when we were texting everybody, Shuli came up with this theory that Phil Russo perpetuated.
Okay.
That somehow on Father's Day in July of last year, John Edward knew that Isolino was arrested. And these guys spent about 5 to 10 minutes bragging. And
last night?
Last night.
Wow.
And I couldn't understand what they were trying to prove.
No. Okay, wait a minute. Thanks for the support, Bob and Vince. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you. I don't know. I guess that's because John was blackballing him or something like that. I forget the storyline. Let me go back to the page. I know it was like, okay, what month was that?
July of 2022. The issue is they're claiming that somehow someone from TSN leaked information to John and to me and to Muttering Jay. And in that information was the fact that Isolino was arrested.
Okay.
But I can't understand why that would be big news. Let's just say everything that Phil Russo came up with and Shuli is true. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it has nothing to do. He's not there, but no, I don't believe any of that. Is that your alarm clock? You know?
What happened was someone notified Shuli that the wife or someone made a post or some relation to the Isolino being arrested was posted on Facebook. That's how Shuli first allegedly got the information. Now, the real issue is, and Shuli's got to understand this, the only people that really are culpable are Isolino and anyone that knew about it before he was arrested. He was arrested, we know, in May of 2023, which is a year and a half before these brilliant geniuses over there at TSN are trying to pin this on John. They're saying John knew in July of 2024. Who gives a fuck? Shuli should have known, given all the red flags, that there was a potential, but I have no evidence to say that Shuli knew specifically.
I don't think he knew. I really don't think he knew because
I don't either. I don't think he knew.
I seen a reaction of before, not the show that he did. I seen a reaction of like when we kind of found out, you know, and you could see it fucking hurt. It's like you don't know who. You know, you don't know. You think you know people. That's the whole fucking thing. And it's like, you know, he should have been. You know, if anybody would have known, we could have at least slapped his shit out of him or something. There, you know what I mean? You don't want to be hanging around with a person like that. You know,
what exactly did they tell you on that day then?
That he will not be coming back to school. And no, that's what it is. They found all these things, like 6,000 fucking things and all this shit, and he had it on some kind of fucking however they save shit, you know, on like a mini or whatever the fuck the word is called. He had them on these things, on this, on that. It's fucking crazy, man.
I mean, we all know that, but specifically, they told you that he admitted to it on that day.
That he got arrested for it, or he got caught with it on. That's what I remember, something like that, and that's what was shocking. You know,
What
it's like,
I've heard, and I can't qualify this, I can't say it definitively, that Shuli knew that he was arrested, but Shuli was told by Isolino that his wife was making the shit up. And Shuli, being his friend, believed it. And then eventually Isolino admitted to it in court, and that's when Shuli went on and did the video, which I have no problem with. And I have no
yeah,
information to substantiate that Shuli knew that the
yeah.
guy that he was hanging out with was actually into child porn.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he knew. You know, it seemed like he knew when he found out, and it was like right before a show, and it was not like it was like I think it was a Sunday night show or a Monday night show, but it was fucking brutal.
All
If it
right. Was
wasn't
your
for me,
agreement, Bob, that you were going to get paid 5,000 every
yeah,
month,
yeah,
regardless of how they were doing?
exactly. It was nothing different than that. There was nothing different
A
than that.
set amount every month.
I said a month. I wanted 7,000, and he goes, I just can't do that.
Right.
And we had
They
to
couldn't
talk.
afford seven.
And I was like, fine, this is when you're going to work. You're off Saturdays and whatever. You know, yeah. I was like, I'm not fucking doing this for,
Well,
it's
you're not
30
making sense. So did you ask for an increase and then they decreased your hours?
Well, yeah, I made 5 grand without the Saturday. I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. That's all I was supposed to be scheduled for.
Okay. And just specific to the time when they said, we're not going to pay you 5 grand this month, we're going to pay you 3 grand. Was that something that you knew ahead of time, or did they spring
A
it
little
upon
bit
you when it
ahead
was
of
time to get
time,
paid?
but I thought we were going to get cut, but I didn't think it was going to be like that, you know? But it's not our fault. You know what I mean? It's not our. When you're in charge, you're the boss. You know how many times I pay people when things go fucking wrong? That's what I do.
That's what I'm
That's what
trying to
you do.
figure out, Bob. Did you have an agreement where your salary could potentially vary based upon how you do the
No,
previous month?
no, no, absolutely never.
So in reality, Bob, he should have at least took the money out of his pocket to pay you what you
I've
agreed
done
to.
it many times. That's
And
what
Bob, I do it every other week. You know, when
yeah.
if
It's
I have to
like
meet payroll, if I can't
it's
meet
not
it,
woe me, motherfucker. You know
no,
what
I
I
get
mean?
that. I wanted to make sure that that was the case because I didn't know, I didn't talk to you about it. So basically, he could have taken money out of his own assets and paid you, but he didn't. He just said to you, "I'm just going to pay you less."
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay you 2,000. I go, that's a lot. You know, that is a lot. That is that's almost half. You know, it's more than
Even if it's $5 less, Bob, it's not what you guys agreed to. And
Yeah.
in that situation,
This
as
is
an
the business
employer,
anyway. This is just fucking a bunch of fucking goofheads that fucking got lucky to be able to make money doing this bullshit. Jesus fucking Christ, man! I could have sold fireworks and made as much money. What are you fucking talking about?
real, I mean, I think paying you 5,000 a month from where Shuli came, because I saw the beginning, is tremendous.
Yeah, for how many 30 shows a week? Let's go to the math, motherfucker. It's under fucking 200, motherfucker. Come on. It's like
How
who's
much do you
doing
think
who a
Zen was
fucking
getting paid then,
favor?
Bob?
They're bringing in 35,000 a month. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the issue. How much do you think Zen is getting paid a month?
I hope a lot. I wish a lot more.
Not that you
No,
wish, though. If
no.
you had a guess, though, while you were there, how much do you think he was making?
1,000 a month, 15.
I would say 1,000 a
Yeah.
month, maybe 15. But again, I'm not
Yeah,
criticizing
also-
Shuli here.
Yeah.
I'm actually proud of him that he got to that point where
They
he
got
could
a
make.
cut out of my. They definitely got a cut out of my DabbleCon money because I got yacked off.
Yeah, you keep complaining about that.
All
So,
about that. I'm gonna talk to
but Bob,
Carl
what
about
was the
that today
agreement?
at 2 o'clock.
What was the agreement before going into DabbleCon with regard to
I was
sharing
in
the
charge of the
actual?
money. I was in charge of our money with Carl, and that's it. And that
There were
me
two
and
sources
Phil-
of money, Bob. There was the pay-per-view, and then there was the
and the
obviously
tickets.
the
And
tickets.
the pay-per-view was 30,000 minus 30%, and then that was split between two groups. Okay.
So 20,000 approximately split between the nerds and you guys. Well, Shuli's group and Carl's group.
Yeah, it's more like if you're looking at 30%, you're looking at what 12.
21,000. So just say 20,000. If you split 10,000 each, Bob, how much did you expect to get out of that?
And then there was already everybody was already paid with the thing from the ticket sales.
Now, just stick to your first
You're looking
argument
at
with
20-something $1,000 each side, motherfucker.
not each side in total.
Nah.
Well, you did get paid, and then you got a little bit extra for the pay-per-view.
Oh wow, I made 2,500 the year before on just ticket sales.
Yeah, but I didn't know what the hell was
Wow.
I didn't know what was shtick and what was real. But Bob, I think each group got 10,000 from that pay-per-view after they paid Moonhead. Oh, so that's cool. So they said Bob's in charge of the money, but then once they realized they got 30 grand in pay-per-view, all of a sudden Bob wasn't in charge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes
Well,
or
I'm sure
no?
Call was told why, that in charge. Because Shuli was not happy with me going out to lunch with my wife and not with the family that we didn't even know about, you know? Let's get
I
to the
don't think
fucking
I don't
point.
think
Let's
Shuli.
drop the fucking bomb. How about we do that?
So they're saying, do you actually have some big information about TSN?
Dude, look at me and tell me if you think I do.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you made that claim or not. I
Exactly.
read
I
I
don't
read
want
it.
anyone to think they know or not know, okay? But I can change lives.
You can,
I can. Absolutely.
but why? But why would you? Why would you try and
Why
do
would I
something
do
like?
that? Exactly. Why would I
Well,
do that? I'm not that guy, Vince. I'm not the scumbag everyone else is. Okay? I'm not. That's why I won't.
yeah, and I'm telling you, I don't even know what it is, but I'm saying, why would you even threaten that or do that?
Because I like having fun. You
All right,
know
well,
what I
what is
mean?
it? All
Everybody
right,
else
you
can
tell
have
me, and
fun.
I'll
I
let you know
can't
if you
have
should.
fun. I can't have fun, motherfucker.
You can have fun, but it's not cool to say, "Oh, I know something that's so detrimental that will change their life for the negative."
No, it's up to people's decision. I don't people, you know what I mean? People don't give a fuck what people. People probably still fans of Izzo in this fucking world.
Well, I'll say this, Bob: the show is not nearly as good as it was when you were there, and their ancillary shows are really bad. They're trying to do this thing called the Train Wreckables, reviewing training manuals. This was all done years ago, and then they're trying to redo it, and it's so bad. Everyone tunes out, and there's a 45-minute intro. You know that. That's just annoying, and the way that they incorporate the super chats is just. It's not working, and their money is down significantly. They're only made about a couple $100, maybe like $240. We saw then $250 from Uncle Rico. The numbers used to be a lot higher.
Yeah, I don't think that counts gifted in those main things like that. It's different, you know. The
Do you
real
believe that
numbers.
any of the accounts gifted were fake?
I don't. You can tell if it's not. I mean, I can
How?
tell. You can tell if it adds up. If it adds up, you know.
Did you
Like,
ever see those numbers though, Bob?
no, I didn't. But I'm just saying that you can tell. So I wouldn't be able to tell there. I can tell here, but nobody has done that here. So it
Yeah,
goes
and what
through.
you're saying is, Bob, if you want to know if those gifted memberships are real, you go right to the analytics,
Yeah.
and all you have to do is simple math. And once you
Yeah.
divide it out, you will know if you're getting them from Argentina. I say fake, but let's say they're from a country
Okay, yeah,
like
sure,
Argentina,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
part of that, Bob, seems to me like that if they were having fake super chats and fake memberships, then it makes sense that they didn't have enough money to pay you.
I know they got. I couldn't use a summer house in Argentina. I mean, everybody can, but no, I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
do
It's
you
not.
know a secret about anyone at TSN currently that would harm their life?
No. Why would I know that?
I don't know one either. I wish I did. These guys are trying to act like I knew Isolino was arrested and somehow was able to not tell anyone for months.
You would never be able to shut your mouth for a half a second after you found out.
So part of our text messages behind the scenes are that Shuli and Carl somehow teaming up to prove that I
Don't give out
knew.
too much. Don't give out too
I
much.
won't give
of
out, but
it.
that I knew that Isolino got arrested. And I told Shuli it's irrelevant if I knew, if I was there when he got arrested. It's who was hanging out with Isolino before he got arrested. Only the people that knew him before he got arrested could have prevented future victimization of children. It doesn't matter who knew after he got arrested.
Yeah. Yep.
Which took place, Bob, in May of 2023. Do you remember when Isolino stopped working at TSN?
I couldn't tell you dates or anything.
Not
like
dates,
that.
but what was said to you?
Oh, basically that his wife was being a bitch and that shit, and she was going to leave him unless he got a real job, and he was going to work with his family immediately. He worked for his family right there. He was leaving to work with his family, and that was
And
it.
how about this Isolino Doe email that we're using, even to sign into StreamYard? It didn't raise any red flags that he wasn't even allowed to access that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it now, you're like, why was that name still there? I mean, But then you don't think anything. You didn't think that, that's what he did. But
So Shuli's best friend in the world can't use his cell phone to call him anymore, Bob. Can't access his email anymore. Has to move out of the house. Can't communicate. Can't work on the show that he started and created. And Shuli didn't ask why?
Pretty good question there, sir.
Because if this is your best friend, and exactly what I told Carl in the text, if Moonhead said to you, I can never contact you ever again via my email that I've been using the entire time, my cell phone, I can't live in my house, and you're just going to believe somehow that your wife's a bitch? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Dude, there's red flags everywhere. Now, if you're saying Shuli's that dumb that he couldn't pick up on it, I'll agree with that because I have no proof that he knew.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see. There was no proof that he knew, and there was no. I seen proof of being shocked when I was told, and just like fucking like, this is fucking crazy. Like, who the fuck, I could tell if someone is full of shit at that moment.
Yeah. I don't think Shuli knew at all, and I have no proof that. I just don't. And Bob, I got text messages that I authenticated from Isolino telling someone he no longer is working at TSN, and he handed it off to Joe. And then his personal email got transferred over to Joe, or Phil Russo.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me when you look at it.
I mean, looking back in hindsight, I get it, but yeah. And I don't think Shuli knew. I don't think Shuli picked up on any of those.
I think that would be the first thing you get rid of. Yeah.
Hit the like button and be like, yeah. Okay, fuck you, Doom. Goodbye. I'll do it like that show. Goodbye. Goodbye.